I'm Julian Gallardi.
I'm Jared Goldstein.
So before we even get to anything that we were going to talk about, like with the Yankees series win over the Rangers today, despite being undermanned, they still had a big win. But that's not the story anymore because Spencer Jones gets called up in lieu of Jason Dominguez crashing into the wall, unfortunately. So, like, Spencer Jones, we've talked about him for a while. I know that it's definitely coming at a time that we wouldn't like it to in the circumstance for it, most likely, but it definitely was overdue for him to get the call up. So it's kind of a now or never moment for Spencer Jones. So, what were your thoughts when you heard the news he got called up?
I wasn't really surprised. Kind of just how the Yankees are running this season. They seem to have a lot more urgency for win now, and if you're producing in the minors, they're obviously looking at that. And Spencer Jones has 41 RBIs, 11 home runs through 30 games so far in the minor league. So he's tearing it up in AAA as he was doing last year as well. So it's not a surprise that he's getting this call. He's offensively, he's been ready. It's just the strikeouts that were eye opening to the organization. But he's also kind of in this good stretch he's having. He's also cut down the strikeouts a bit. He's got like a 25% K rate since his really slow start to the minor league season.
Yes, I did see Connor Foley posted that. I could probably try to bring it up because I think someone sent it to me as well. So and Nick Kurtz is active on base streak. Was at 30 yesterday. He's going for 31 today. I think I don't know if he got it, but in terms of like the stuff with Connor, what he said about Spencer Jones, yeah, I mean, I was very cut and dry in my assessment. Like when I kind of did my video, I kind of just said like the K rate's still an issue. I didn't look at the numbers to realize it got a little bit better, but still, if you break it up, even with that, it's still 33% overall. It's like 46 Ks and 142 plate appearances, and it's like we've both said before, not to keep going through the Joey Gallo extreme, but like I don't know what outcome are we expecting? Is it high Gallo? Is it low Gallo? Is it somewhere in the middle? Is it like could he somehow be just better than we think if he could figure out the swing and miss? Like, it's going to be tough for him to learn this on the fly at the big league level, though.
Yeah, especially tomorrow with a pretty tough opponent in your first major league game. He gets Jacob Mizorowski um in his first MLB start. But, I think Spencer Jones is going to be able to show some of the signs that he is a good hitter this year with the short stint that he will get, unless he plays himself into the lineup, which that can also happen because I feel like with the way that the Yankees are moving this season, that they're taking more of a sense of urgency, and if he's raking by the time somebody's ready to come back, I feel like they're gonna try and find a way to stick him into the lineup.
Yeah, has a lot of percussions and a lot of cause and effect situations brewing behind the scenes here, honestly, because look at the situation with Stanton. You don't know when he's going to come back. He was in the 10's AIL. You got to see if that all goes smooth, obviously. Dominguez is now going at least for 10 days, maybe more. Who knows? So Spencer's going to have a little runway here. The question is, like, how does that look? And, like, isn't it, what would he have to do to stay up in this loaded Yankees lineup? Because it's really hard for him to break in, even if he plays well, because he has Grisham ahead of him, he has Bellinger ahead of him. Stan obviously has his DH, and Judge is playing every day. So he's going to have to light the world on fire if he wants to stay in the lineup, obviously.
Yeah, and um, offensively and defensively as well, they might try and put him in the outfield just because I feel like he would be a better defender than Trent Grisham out there.
Yes, I thought
Um,
about that as well. Like, when you run a defense that you have him in center, Bellinger in left, and
yeah,
Grisham DHing for a little while, maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Well, do you think they'll do that?
I think they should do that. I don't know what they will do. I hope they do that. Um, just because they've been thriving and really getting better at defense the last couple of years. The
They
Yankees,
have,
they were kind of
yeah.
a pretty good defensive team last year, with Jazz being a good second baseman. Ben Rice has progressed a lot as a first baseman defensively. Obviously, they have a good backup for Ben Rice and Paul Goldschmidt, who's a pretty good first baseman, and then Ryan
Mm,
McMahon at the hot corner. Cody Bellinger, who plays elite defense wherever he's playing. Judge is also playing elite, some par elite defense, and Austin Wells behind the plate is one of the best defenders in baseball. But I will say what I've really loved the last couple days about, obviously you can't love what's happening with the injuries, but I love how the team has handled it, and the people that are filling into these roles are making impacts on the lineup. Paul Goldschmidt has done a spectacular job while Ben Rice has been hurt. Jason Dominguez was doing a great job at DH and left field wherever he was playing while Stanton was hurt, and hopefully Spencer Jones can pick that up as well and keep this really, really hot streak of baseball going. Because the Yankees are playing probably the best baseball that they will be playing all season, and hopefully that Spencer Jones being called up can just lengthen it.
yes. So here is the numbers that we were talking about. You can see the first 8 games he was very much lost. K rate was bad. Then over the last 25, like you mentioned, he has cut it down to 25%. On base 390 is good. 632 slugs, obviously amazing. And then, home runs and the extra base hits, which he can do. The walk rate is going up a little bit, which you're going to need. Here's the thing. And then I'll get to what Steve's comments, or buddy Steve in the chat. So Spencer Jones here, like, he definitely has a chance to gain a few eyeballs here and, like, either boost his trade value or somehow carve out a permanent spot in this lineup, which would be really tough to do. But if he gets hot, he gets a few homers. Like, could he be like on the Murakami path, maybe, like where he's gonna whiff a lot, but there'll be a lot of bombs potentially? Could that end up being what Spencer Jones is, except with better defense, not a first baseman, and like so he would offer more than Murakami because he can do more, even if
Yeah,
he
I mean,
strikes out a lot.
playing elite defense in center field is does go extremely unnoticed, and it's extremely valuable. I mean, you look at a guy like PCA, he's racking up a bunch of WAR this season, and he's been horrible at the plate this season, and he's on pace for I think 6 WAR, and I think his OPS is in the 600s. So that's just what it shows how valuable defense in center field is. Not
Yeah,
gonna not
I was looking at that and I saw he somehow had the same WAR as Ben Rice, which is crazy because Rice has hit so much better than him. It just
Yeah,
shows the defensive value that you're saying that PCA offers. So could Spencer Jones be something like that? Like, he's not going to be the best average hitter, obviously, but he'll offer. He's not going to be like PCA defensively because PCA is one of one, but
yeah,
he could still be very good, obviously. And his range and the way he can get to balls and steal a base, and like he can do other stuff even if he's not putting the ball in play as much. So Big Steve, Spencer Jones season, get better soon, Dominguez. Yep. So here's something that I
yeah.
did want to bring up because it does kind of go in play how the Yankees are operating the urgency. Boston losing 2-0 already. Love to see it, but hate that Tampa is catching us. Yeah, Tampa has been just as hot, if not hotter, than the Yankees during the stretch, and they only sit a half game behind the Yankees somehow. And the Yankees and Rays are really the only two good teams in the American League as we speak. And
Yeah,
the Oakland A's hovering around 500 in what's been a strange start to the year.
yeah. I'm gonna pull up a tweet real quick.
All right, I'll get this one out. Yeah, so like, are you worried about Tampa Bay, like in the sense that they could be a playoff team and actually push the Yankees? You think they're gonna fizzle out? Like, you know how Tampa Bay is. Like, I'll get by with a lot of smoke and mirrors, but like I was saying the other day at the Yankees game, sometimes they just get you, and it's like one of those years. I don't know if it's that for them yet because it's really early in the process. But like, what if they end up winning 85 to 90 games and getting a wild card where no one expected them to? Like, everyone picked. That's what the Rays do. Like, everyone picked them to finish last, and now watch them sneak into a playoff spot somehow.
They are going to fizzle out, and they are going to
You
fizzle
think
out
so?
very fast, and it's
I don't know,
I
bro, because sometimes the Rays devil magic is different.
the tweet that I'm going to put up, it would back me up on this.
I'm sure they're getting
This
lucky and
is
playing above their heads or something like that, but like,
a lucky isn't even this isn't even luck at this point. This is devil magic, as you said.
I'm curious to
This is
see what you're gonna bring
from
up.
May 4th, so 3 days ago. This is from
Definitely
three
could see
days
80
ago.
to 90 games. Yeah, I could see like at least 80 like be a 500 team. Maybe 90 was aggressive going up based off what happened. Maybe I'm a little
This is
bit
their
too in the
expected
now.
stats on the season.
Wow, batting it's all at the bottom. Pitching is like mid tier to bottom. Oh yeah, so that
Yeah,
means everyone's overperforming like by a lot right
yeah,
now. Basically, is what that chart
yeah,
tells me. So that probably won't last to what you're saying, as you were saying, but you gotta pay attention to it until you don't have to. Right now, they're
yeah.
forcing us to pay
Unfortunately,
attention to it. So we gotta we
oh
gotta,
my god,
and they're also
the
the only
home
team.
run.
Another bomb.
Do they have a grand slam, or is this a sac fly? Okay, it's a sac fly. They're up 3-0 on Boston.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely something worth monitoring just because of like what we've seen them do. They haven't made it in a few years, but you never know what could happen with them. Are they gonna come back down to earth at some point? Of course, every team goes through their stretches, and like just like speaking of that, the Yankees caught the Rays. The Rays caught the Yankees in a bad stretch, and that's the only team that swept the Yankees this year, which is another reason why I'm not going to dismiss it yet. But will they regress to the mean? Most likely, I think. But we still have to see that happen. But I'm sure over time they'll come back to the pack. But you never know what could happen with that.
Yeah, and let's get to today's win because I really like today's win. Today was a great team win. Uh, bullpen game. So the bullpen really stood out for today's game. Jake Bird looked good. Brandon Beck, the stats aren't there, but his stuff looked good
Yes.
today. I watched him. Um, Trent Grisham, man, he's good. He completely turned me around. The expected stats are true. He's gonna turn it around in a big way, really, really soon. And today's game just proved it. 3 for 5, gets the big hit, 3-run double, puts us up by 2. And then Cody Bellinger, man, he's on fire.
He's been crazy lately.
He's been playing better than I could ever imagined, and he looks like he's in his 2019 form. And what did I say?
Yeah.
This is what I said in spring training. Cody Bellinger will have a better year than he did last year. This is
Yeah.
what I
So
said.
far, yeah. So
So
far, that's looking good. Your Brent Hedrick take is looking rock solid as he hasn't allowed an inherited runner yet. I think 14
yeah,
of 14 now. So definitely something to look at there. Old man goalie still lost. Scrappy win for the Yankees. Yeah, definitely. Like you mentioned, I do want to bring up some stuff like because they were not playing with a full deck today, and it very easily, as Steve loves to say, getaway day is extremely wacky, and the Yankees could have folded down 2-1, mailed it in, but they didn't, and they have a huge inning instead. So I definitely think like the fact that you use Blackburn and Brenton Beck and only gave up 2 runs today is actually really impressive to
Blackburn
me.
has a 3 ERA right now. That guy's been playing out of his mind in his standards.
Yeah, for the modern Paul Blackburn, a 3 ERA is definitely out of his mind.
Yeah,
Now that's something that probably won't last, but for
yeah.
now it works.
And also, Ryan McMahon's been one of the bright spots in this really big hot streak that the Yankees are going through right now. In his last 20 games, batting 291 with an 848 OPS. I mean, there's nothing more you can ask for out of Ryan McMahon right now.
No, not in this current state. I think it's definitely been improved play from him. when I saw him hit a homer off Jacob DeGrom. Whoever would have thought that was possible? And he is quietly putting up better numbers and silencing some of his critics. And now his numbers look more normal for his standards, I guess, which is not the highest standard, but at least more passable. But Brendan Beck, let's talk about him. So, 21st ranked prospect. He's been through the ringer with a lot of injuries. I think he went, what, 3 2/3 today? Gave up a bomb to Zeke, former Yankee, of course, Ezekiel Duran. And
He
then,
went three. He went three.
okay, so it was 3 innings and 2 runs,
Yeah,
basically.
2 earned, 2 hits, 3 walks.
Okay, and only the one strikeout, obviously.
Yeah.
So he did show some composure and some good fortitude coming into a game. Also, when he's not really a relief pitcher, it's definitely getting some credit for me because like he had to change his routine to however he normally would do it. Do I expect him to do contribute that much this year? Not entirely, I wouldn't say, but it's good to show that you have
He
depth
got
outside of.
well. He got sent back down.
Yeah, he's back down already. Like and easy come, easy go, unfortunately. But it's that's just a necessity thing because they brought up that guy that I sent you the text
Yeah,
about.
you sent me. You
I'll
texted me about
I'll
it.
do some stuff about that. Curvin Castro, I know he's
Curvin
played in.
Castro.
He's a Venezuelan pitcher. He's played in Lidone before. So like
Yeah,
I don't.
and I finally got a reason to why they aren't calling up Giovanni Cruz. I don't know if you saw that,
Oh, what is the reason? Go
but
ahead.
the reason is he's not really good at controlling the running game so far. So they're
Uh,
working on him controlling the running game down in the minors because obviously he's not doing anything wrong. Like statistically, he's been dominant in AAA, but controlling the running game is a pivotal part of being a pitcher. And if you can't really control the running game, you especially if you're a relief pitcher coming in late in the games and clutch scenarios a lot of the time. Kind of saw that with Camilo Duval the other night against the Orioles. He gave up a walk, let the runner steal second, steal third, and then he scored on a ground ball to first.
yeah, I was actually at that game, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And I couldn't agree more. So obviously, so that's an answer to why Giovanni Cruz has not been called up yet that we were searching for a while. I think because he's clearly not doing much wrong except that, I suppose. So I don't know how long that's going to take if they're going to try to expedite that process, but that's why you're not seeing him right now, I guess. So that's kind of the reality there. So where did you come across that?
I think Brian Hoke. It was a Brian Hoke tweet from Boone, like straight from Boone. He said that Giovanni Cruz was struggling with some uh controlling the running game, and they wanted to work down there some more in AAA.
Got you. Okay. So,
Did you also
yeah,
see that the Rays are trying to move Griffin Jackson to a starting pitcher again?
no, I did not
Yeah.
come across that either. So that's more Rays devil magic because they're going to need starting pitchers, obviously. So there is something to that point. Now, the Yankees do need to beat the Rays the next time they play them, though, in a series 100%. Like, they can't lose a series or get swept by them again. They have to show that they're the top of the division, which we think they are, and so far they've been playing like it. But you got to beat the AL East, and the Yankees so far this year are doing a better job of that. Last year they were god awful. This year they swept Baltimore, which was 4 games, and they swept Red
Swept.
Sox in 3, and got swept by the Rays. Haven't played Toronto yet, so that would put me at 7-3. That would put them at 7-3 in the AL East, which is better. So you like that so far, but you got it comes down to Tampa Bay right now.
Yeah, and there isn't you can't really ask much more from what this Yankees team is doing right now. They look like a World Series contender right now. That's what they look like. This looks like 2024 right now where the Yankees are kind of really the outlier in the American League right now and they are the team to beat. Toronto is struggling, hovering with a 500 record. The Tigers just lost Ace, Tariq Skubal, and Frember Valdez has his own issues right now.
Yeah, clearly.
Outside,
Jesus.
I came
Apparently,
across a tweet. He's thrown two four-seam fastballs in the last year, and both of them hit batters.
wow. I knew he was heavy sinker, but that's like really crazy. I didn't realize he was that heavy sinker. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's definitely an issue, and we'll talk about that briefly. But like, let's go to Kervin Castro. This is what Steve was saying. Big two, kind of like me. So Kervin Castro's pitched in MLB in 2022 with the Cubs. That was his last MLB appearance. He's only 27 still. He's bounced around a bunch of orgs in the minors and stuff, and he has played in the Venezuelan Winter League as in 2022 and 2023, and he was with the Tigers AAA in 23. And he was out of baseball in 24. I don't know if there's an injury there, but there's nothing that shows for him really. And then this year, last year, he was actually with the Yankees in AAA. He pitched 47 innings with a 1.53 ERA, and he struck out 52. Surprised he didn't get a look last year with how bad the bullpen was. But this year, he has a 3.14, 14 innings, 10 strikeouts.
Um, this year, yeah, 10 strikeouts this year. So let's look at his. Can we get Statcast on his fastballs
I
here?
was
Oh yeah.
wondering, you could find like 2022
So
Savant stuff, but that's so long ago.
it looks like his fastball velo has dropped
Oh,
since
you can get it in
2023.
Prospect Savant, can't you? Because he's technically in AAA.
I have it right now on Fangraphs.
Oh, okay. I could
So
try
his
Savant
fastball
maybe.
in 2023, his fastball was peaking at 94.4 sitting. He was sitting at 94.4. This year
Last,
he's sitting at 93.5. He
okay.
also has a cutter and a curveball. So he's a three pitch guy. Cutter's at 91.7 and his curveball's at 80.6. So there's can we get like grades on these pitches,
I
pitch
could look at let
values?
me look at Prospect Savant and see if anything comes up for him since he's technically in AAA.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking right now. Let me see
I'll
if
go look
anything
at.
comes up.
I'm gonna look at TJ stats.
Okay, I found his chart. I can put it in here. I have his AAA chart from this year.
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah, it's decent.
He's got nice extension, which is good. Always good.
Yes, that's definitely important. Is that the EV on here, the extension, or is that coming from somewhere else?
It might be exit velocity.
Oh,
Yeah, average exit velocity. Yeah,
his
is it the one
extension's on
that's?
Savant, or you're looking at something else?
I'm looking at
Prospect
TJ
Savant.
stats. I'm
Oh,
looking at TJ
okay.
stats.
Oh, okay. Yeah, his stuff is good. All right. I'll put this one in for fun. I also see that Curvin has thrown a sinker, a sweeper, and barely throws a change in the curve. His fastball usage is his highest. Then he goes to that cut a lot and the sinker and the sweeper. So he's kind of a four pitch guy.
Yeah, he
I
doesn't
can't.
really go to his curveball a lot anymore.
No, he does not use his curveball
Curveball,
too much.
changeup. Yeah, he's like a four pitch guy. Four seam cutter, sinker, sweeper. Stuff grades out pretty well. His four seam grades out at 106 stuff plus.
I'm
Cutters
about.
at 103. Sweepers at 110.
Yeah.
He get
I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
he gets good whiff on the sinker.
Yeah, that's like his third pitch, I think, based off what I saw.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's his chart that we're looking at, where I'm looking at. This is his prospect savant chart here. So you see some good, some bad, a little mixed bag. He doesn't walk a lot of guys, which is good. His K percentage is lower than I would have thought because he does have a. Oh, it's actually no. This year it's 10 for 14 innings. Never mind. His chase rate is decent at 50%, but keep in mind it's AAA. His whiff rate of 41 is okay. His zone contact 47, and it looks like his what's that bottom like swinging at strikes or something or like strike contact. It says like SWSTR percentage probably swinging at strikes or something.
Swinging strikes. Swinging
Oh, so he has
strikes.
60% swinging strikes, which I guess is good, right?
Good.
Seems okay. Yeah, so like to your point about Kervin Castro, like, and the other things with Giovanni Cruz, because I gotta get why is that
So
doing
this
that?
is where
Oh, okay.
this is where
Oh,
stuff grades out.
that's completely my fault. You could put that
No, no,
back
no.
in.
You're good.
I
I'm
had
gonna put
zero
that
clue.
back in
I had
right now.
zero clue you were
You're
doing
good. You're
that.
good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
So while okay, so here we go. You can go ahead.
So stuff grades out pretty well. He gets it in the zone a little bit. He gets good whiff on the four seam and the sinker. Uh, he doesn't allow hard contact on his four seam and his sinker. Obviously, he doesn't really use the changeup anymore or the
No.
curveball. So he sits kind of in the middle of the pack, and he keeps hitters honest with his sweeper.
Yeah. So like I don't really have high expectations for him. I think I have moderate expectations for him. I mean, he's 27. He's been around the block, so it's not like you're calling a kid up per se. He has major league experience, which is nice, although it didn't go that great for him. Looking over numbers, which I don't need to share really. So like it's kind of what we talked about, that revolving bullpen spot. He's now found his way into that revolving bullpen spot. That's going to be a revolving spot for a while, it seems like, until they fully make this bullpen what it needs to be, which they haven't done yet. And to your point, like before, you see all these guys rotating in, and you're wondering why Cruz didn't get the call, but now we figured it out because you had Gary De Los Santos go in and out. Like you've had some guys that are like just okay that you could have maybe given this kid a look. So I do wonder how long they try to see if he can control the running game and like how that's gonna look. Because like he definitely has a place in the Yankees bullpen based off what's in there right now. I
Oh
think.
yeah, yeah, definitely has the ability to be a major league not starting pitcher, relief pitcher right now, and he could be pretty good. But you can't really struggle with holding runners on base because it's really important later in the game to have control of the base path. I mean, you look at a guy like Max Fried; he's like the commander of the base path. He he doesn't allow runners to run on him a lot.
This is gonna be a hard ask probably. I don't know if we could do it,
So
but I'm gonna. I do
also,
have. Oh
I have one thing to say. I don't think Carlos Lagrange is anywhere close to the major leagues right now with the
no,
way
he's
he's
not.
pitching.
Unfortunately, that's definitely worth bringing up because like he is part of this conversation, and then in terms of other stuff like they did not send Elmer to the bullpen. They sent him back down. So like
Uh,
I feel like he's gonna stay as the emergency six guy for a while. I don't know if they're gonna put him in the bullpen at some point. I guess it depends what happens and like if they feel there's a need for him in there, or do you want him as the emergency in case the starter goes down? Because like once Cole and Rodon come back, you already took out Elmer, so that's one problem solved. And Rodon is coming in Sunday. That is set. So now the question is really you're looking at Weathers and Warren most likely for when Cole returns. And it's probably going to be more towards Warren staying in the rotation, I think, most likely. I haven't heard
oh
anything
yeah.
about this yet. No, Boone does not want to talk about it yet. He's saying we'll address it when it
Well,
comes, this and that.
Curry, that's what Curry predicted. Curry predicted that Warren would get that last fifth rotation spot and that Weathers would go down.
Yeah, Weathers goes down, like not even to the bullpen, like actually
No,
down to the
he goes
minors.
to the bullpen. Goes to
Oh,
the
I don't even
bullpen.
know if Weathers has any minors options. I was gonna say, I don't think they would do that anyway.
No,
Uh,
definitely not. Definitely
they're
not. He's
they're
been
probably
pitching
gonna
really
keep
well.
him. Yeah, no, they would keep him up in the majors.
He has one option.
So you get to see Spencer Jones make his debut tomorrow against the Miz, which is a really tough assignment for your first MLB game.
Yeah.
So can Spencer Jones catch one, or is the Miz going to sit him down a few times? I can't wait to see it. I think there's definitely a chance maybe he battles one up. In the beginning, the hitters have the advantage, kind of,
Yeah.
but no one really has an advantage against Miz, though. So I might have to throw that out against him. But
Yeah.
we'll have to
I
see.
think I think a big thing tomorrow is going to be the walks. I think if we're going to beat Mizorowski, we're going to be really patient. We're going to take our walks cuz he has the ability to get wild, and If a hard throwing pitcher gets wild, we know we've been through Luisio a bunch of times, so we know how bad a pitcher can get wild and it could get out of hand really fast, and especially with this Yankee order where you got killers at 1 through 6, 1 through 5, and it's hopefully Ben Rice is also back tomorrow. Ben Rice
Yeah, that's
having
a very
some
underlying. We didn't even talk about that for a half hour, and he's missed the last
yeah
5 games. And now I feel like
yeah
we're in that funny business range. Like, is he getting IL'd? Is he not getting IL'd? Like, he still can't do stuff, but they're still saying they don't want to IL him. Like, I don't
I
know
don't
what's gonna
think so.
happen with that.
I do believe it's a bone bruise. These could be. He got hit right here, really hard, and I don't know if you've ever been hit there. If this bruises, it hurts. It hurts a lot.
Well, that
So
messes up your grip because they say you can't pick up the
yeah,
bat and everything. So I guess we'll see if that subsides this weekend. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to consider ILing him, obviously, because he's already missed 5 games.
hopefully
But
not.
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, you could retroactive it because he's already missed 5 games, maybe. But at that point, you're not even saving much time anyway, because like there's only a few days left. I don't know if he's gonna play in the Brewers series or tomorrow or whatnot, but like you could tell the Yankees offense is missing him a little bit, even though they won. Like there was definitely some spots that like they were dicey without him, but like Steve said before, Goldschmidt's filling in good. He had a homer the other night, so I think that's good too. Let's go around the league really quick. So Tampa Bay's obviously really hot,
Oh,
and
Boston tied it.
so it's
Nice.
3 1 inning.
3-3. Baltimore is losing 3-2 against Miami. Miami's 16-21 on a 4-game losing streak. The Phillies were looking really good on in the post Rob Thompson era with Don Mattingly as the manager.
Yeah, let's talk about Donnie baseball. I don't think we ever spoke about this yet. We'll do it really
Yeah.
brief, but good for Donnie getting a chance to manage. We'll see can he rip off the interim tag like his predecessor Rob Thompson did before him. I guess he's got a long way to go to do that, obviously, because the Phillies are a mess, and I'm looking at the AL East, not the NL East, but we'll get to the NL East. I could just switch to NL East now, I guess, since we're doing Phillies and Mets, because it's also another topic I want to bring up with you during that stretch. So the
Mets lost
Phillies,
again today.
well, there you go. That's my segue. So the Mets are a train wreck right now. Craig Kimbrell
Yeah.
gave up a grand slam. They lost to the Rockies. I think they won the series, but they lost today. Obviously, they got swept by the Rockies, so they lose the season series, which is tough.
Yeah, and um they've only had really a couple bright spots on that team, and one of them is kind of emerging as Christian Scott. Clay Holmes has also been one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, which really haunts me to say that. It hurts me to say that because I hated him. He has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. Obviously, Nolan McLean. He kind of had an ugly start against the Angels, but he's been really good as well.
I don't think Peralta's been quite what they hoped for either. Yeah.
He kind of was, but then he had a really good start against the Nationals. He is a 3-1-2 right now.
All right, so he's solid. That's like what you want,
Yeah,
basically. Like, so he's
but
starting to settle back in. But again, they're gonna need more from him and everyone else. But he's not the reason why they're in this abyss right now. I think the main reason is offense and bullpen is why they're in this abyss right now. Their bullpen is terrible. Their offense is dormant. Like to the fact that I don't know if you saw the stat. You would really appreciate this one. Bo Bichette has 16 RBIs, which leads the Mets, and Judge has 15 bombs. So it really just shows you how different both New York teams are hitting. And that's a pathetic stat that they played 37 games and their leader in RBIs is 16. Obviously,
yeah,
Juan Soto was out, and that's you can put an asterisk on it if you want, but that's still very eye opening that you only have 16 ribbies through 37 games or 36, but I don't know how updated this is. But the Mets are 11 and a half games out. They're serious issues. I know it's early in the year, but it's getting late early for them at this point. Like they're Wild card, it's too early to look. I'm not going to entertain that conversation right now, but they're very far out of where they need to be. The Phillies, like you said, have been playing a little bit better. They're 3 games under 500. There was one point they were actually worse than the Mets around the time they made that switch. And the Red Sox obviously fired Alex Cora, which I think we spoke about briefly when it happened. But you do wonder, are Mendoza's nays numbered? Like, how much more can they let this go on? Even it's not really his fault, but someone has to take accountability for this mess. Like, the Mets have
Um,
spent $380 million, and this team is awful.
well, Steve Cohen kind of recently just put his foot down, and they said we don't think this is a manager problem, and we don't intend to be changing our managers anytime soon. So I think he gets the leeway for right now. But if you're asking when we're at the All Star break and there's still what 9 games under 500, yeah, they would have to look at it as a manager problem because I mean, at the bottom line, I mean that lineup is talented. They have Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor, Bo Bichette, who hasn't been himself, Jorge Polanco, who hasn't been himself. Obviously, he's been injured as well, but he's a 500 OPS.
Yeah,
The
he was not
Marcus
good when he played. Yeah,
the Marcus Simeon trade seems very bogus right now. He's been awful offensively.
he's
Obviously,
been terrible.
he's been good defensively, but that doesn't matter if you have a 600 OPS.
And
Brandon
Nimmo's been
Nimmo,
great. Yes.
Nimmo's been amazing for Texas. Carson Bench, I think they kind of relied on him a little too much coming into the season. He's under the Mendoza line right now in the 500 OPS. I'm pretty sure. MJ Melendez has been a bright spot on that team. It's pretty sad to say if MJ Melendez has been a bright spot on your team, but yeah, he has. Mark Vientos has been kind of good as of late, but is it just one of those hot streaks we know Mark Vientos can go on, like last year in August?
Yeah, and Brett Beatty's been kind of up and down still. Like I expected more consistency out of him. Like Luis Robert goes down too, which is not surprising, unfortunately, based off his history. And he started to regress before he got hurt back to like what we were seeing with the White Sox, which is not a good baseball player. So like they're in a lot of trouble. I don't know what fixes this. I don't know if firing Mendoza at this point even does anything. Maybe they're just looking at it that way. Like it won't make a difference this year anyway, and they're just gonna wait until the year is over, or like towards the end of the year, or like July or August
We lost.
to do that. So yeah, let's get off the NL East though. But the Braves are a serious World Series contender, and they definitely could beat the Dodgers potentially. I don't think it's that crazy to say.
I think it's going to be a Yankees Braves World Series.
I still got
Run it back to
Dodgers.
the 90s.
I still got Dodgers because until someone beats them, I can't pick against the Dodgers, unfortunately. I need to see someone physically beat them, and then I'll do a different pick. But right now, I got to go with the chalk, brother. And the Dodgers are inevitable. You just wait. They're
Yeah,
coming. And, like, they're still playing good, even though they're not playing unbelievable for their standards. Like, I think they're still, what, the second best team in the NL behind Atlanta, maybe?
I think so.
But let's check our standings in the East. The Toronto Blue Jays are 9.5 games out. Do you think they're? Do you think the Yankees should put them in the rear view, or like, do you just want to see them handle them when they play them? It's so early in the year, and the Yankees had a 7 game lead last year, and they blew it in late May into June, I think. So you can't get too caught up in this, even though it looks like a big lead right now, because like, especially what happened last year with the Guardians and Tigers, like that should be the moral of the story of any lead you think is safe in the division. So, what are your thoughts on the Blue Jays? Do you think they can get it back together? Because I know we both think Boston's a lost cause, especially with Crochet being out, and I
Yeah,
think Baltimore's very mediocre. So I think the two teams to focus on are obviously Tampa for now, and then I'm not going to discount Toronto yet. It's too early in the year.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they're also extremely injured. I mean,
Yes,
Alejandro Kirk is a top catcher in this league, and he's out. Um, I don't think Vladdy has been what they've really hoped Vladdy has been so far this year. Obviously, he has great stats, but the power numbers just aren't there. And
they weren't there last year either, except in the
yeah,
playoff stage they were there, but they weren't there in the
hmm
regular season.
but Akamoto has really settled in extremely nicely recently. he started off kind of cold, but now his stats are looking really good. 10 homers, 246 with an 824 OPS. I mean, that's no joke. We kind of said this in the offseason. We were kind of wrong about this, but he was the guy that we said that was most MLB ready between him and Murakami.
I don't
Um,
know. Well, I mean, yeah, Murakami's been a stud, but like Okamoto's been good, but Murakami's been better. Yeah, so I
yeah.
have to say I was wrong so far, but we'll have to see how it goes because like Murakami, I actually wanted to check his numbers because they're very interesting. So he has a 14 homers. His average is 237. So their averages are actually similar. 28 ribbies, 369 on base, which is good for his low average, and a 934 OPS. So yeah, he's been better, obviously. We'll see how well that holds up. 55 strikeouts leads the league, which we were also not wrong about, but he's working around it. So, can Spencer Jones have a similar situation to Murakami? Basically, it's gonna how I'm gonna circle board this here. Could he be like Murakami, strike out a lot and still be a good big leaguer? I mean, sure. Or are the strikeouts gonna be too much to overcome? Like that's gonna be the big question, basically. That's what I want to see early on. Like I wouldn't be shocked if there's an ugly stretch where he goes like 3 for 30 and strikes out like 20 times. Like I wouldn't be stunned if that happens. I also wouldn't be stunned if he goes like 13 for 33 and hits like 7 bombs maybe. Like it could be the range of what could happen is so wide with Spencer Jones.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of said it perfectly. It's gonna really rely on how much he's striking out. The batted ball profile is there. It's no denying it. He can hit the ball and hit the ball very, very well, but he also can't hit the ball at times, and it's it's a matter of how much he's gonna strike out and how much he's gonna struggle of making contact with MLB pitching.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. We've stressed this over and over again. Now it's kind of just time to see it. Like, we both said that we didn't think there was much more to do in the minors even before the season started. He's kind of is what he is at this point. The strikeouts are going to be there. So either he adapts and gets a little bit better or it's going to eat him alive. So we gotta hope he adapts a little bit. And then our friend Jordan Blackwell on Twitter says that Yankees also the big league on the Jays last year and lost division to them. Not ready to count them out. Yeah, that's fair. And the Yankees haven't even played them yet, so it's definitely a lot of time for stuff to change. Get Savage returns, like we said last time. The Tigers definitely took a big hit though, like in this AL power ranking thing. Even if Tarek returns, which he probably will, but there's not great times in Detroit right now, even though they are around 500, 18 and 20. They're 1.5 games back, and that's a very winnable division. Do I still expect them to win the division? Probably. It'll be harder than I thought. I guess they might not even win 90 games, which is kind of surprising to me with the talent they have on that team. But the AL West has been very mediocre as well with the
Yeah,
A's
and
in the front.
they got really lucky with Kevin McConigal being as good as he has been.
Yes, because that
Like,
saved them. Because like if they didn't have him, like I don't even know where they would be. Because like
yeah, I
they
mean,
didn't even. Yeah.
he's a true leadoff hitter. He's hitting like 300 with an 840 OPS, I think it is right now. I don't know if it's changed. Maybe the OPS is in the 900s, but he's been everything that they've asked for so far. Did he get an extension?
Yes, he got the 8 year,
Yeah,
$150 extension. He definitely did, and good move for both parties. I think it
yeah.
actually might be a steal for the Tigers, honestly. But Kevin still gets every agency when he's before 30, so I'm sure that's appealing to him. And yeah, you're right. His OPS is 845, 2 bombs, right on that 300, 16 ribs, and 4 stolen bases. On base percentage, 392. He already has a 2.2 B war. And the best thing about Kevin McConaughey that we both speak about, if Spencer shows out, does that make Trent tradable? Hold on.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna wait for the deadline to make anybody like Trent tradable. I mean, Trent has been the underlying metrics on Trent show he's been an elite hitter this year, and I'm not ready to count him out yet. He made
He's
really
been,
solid contact today.
yeah, he's been better lately.
Yeah, and the savant numbers are more than there. Um, but that I don't. I think they could trade him if the numbers aren't there by the deadline. You know who somebody I will say that they could trade if they're not showing up by the deadline is Jazz Chisholm. Remember, he's on an expiring deal. They don't need
and
to use
and
him.
and Lombard's playing at second base today.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, but I think I do get what you're saying. But in the year that you're trying to win a championship and maximize that window, I don't think they should probably trade him. But I guess if he's floundering and they can get something that can help them at the same time. The thing is, like, we've had this discussion before. I don't know how you replace Jazz though, like with this current team. That's the problem. Like, what makes the Yankees better when you get rid of Jazz Chisholm? Really, like that's my issue with dealing
they should
him.
get JJ Weatherhole.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, let's put it on the show and get Weatherhole. That would be an outstanding idea. Or better yet, Kevin McConnell. That would be. He would be a Yankee killer. How do you guys feel with the team so far? Rotation looks great. Bullpen needs some pieces. Lineup looks good, but there's still some holes despite some better play from McMahon, Gresham, etc. In my humble opinion, yeah, I think that's all valid. Rotation gets like an A minus probably at this point. I would say considering the injuries. Bullpen gets a C plus probably. Maybe a B minus on a good day. Lineup's like a B ish to me because like you've seen good, you've seen bad, but probably like B plus maybe because they are leading in a lot of categories again. I just can't give it an A minus because I still haven't seen them fully click 1 through 9 yet, which is crazy because considering they're 26 and 14, and they still haven't fully clicked as a
26 and
lineup yet.
12.
It's four.
26 and 12.
I got crossed up with Tampa Bay. You're right. It is 26 and 12.
Um, Personally, if you're asking me, I give this team an A. They've been elite starting
Oh no!
pitching
Overall,
with.
they actually get an A, but when I break down the groups, I'm a
Oh
little
yeah,
more
yeah,
harsh.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
A minus overall, though. Yeah,
Starting pitching has been
that's an A. Yeah.
more than impressive. With how limited they've been. Um, we're getting Rodon back on Sunday. We're getting Garrett Cole back sooner rather than later. Now,
Yes,
he's coming to the end of his rehab clock. Um,
but they could extend. I don't know
they
if they
can
will, but they
extend.
could. Now, let's talk about Garrett a little bit because we've talked about Carlos more, I feel like. And I think another thing I'll say quick before we go is like, I don't give a crap about the AAA numbers in his rehab appearance. People are like, oh, he's not ready. He's giving up runs in AAA. I'm like, it doesn't matter because like sometimes rehab starts go great and then they suck when they return. Other times the rehab starts go horrible and they're great when they return. Like you can't judge how they're doing against minor league hitters really because it's not the same as what they're gonna face. And as Carlos even said himself when we spoke after that game in Somerset, he expects his velo to tick naturally when he gets on the MLB field. Like Carlos is a guy that needs that extra fuel, I think, sometimes, and the minor league rehab game is not going to necessarily do it for him. So he needs that crowd energy sometimes, and like the
No,
adrenaline of being on the road.
I 100% that. I think it's a huge part of this game. I think being on the field, being in the spotlight, being amped up is a part of what's going on right now. But I think Rodon's going to come back pretty nicely. He had a really, really, really good season last year for us. He had a low 3 ERA. He had in the 200 strikeouts, and he made every single one of his starts, and that's all we can ask for out of Carlos Rodon, who's one of the most paid pitchers in the league.
Yeah, he lived up to his contract last year. Hasn't lived up to it. Year one was a disaster. Year two was like probably an above average season. It was like a pretty good year, not elite, but pretty solid. Year two. Last year was semi elite, you could argue. I know him and Max Free were basically put together very similar years. You could argue who was better than who if you wanted to look at certain numbers last year.
Hmm.
So I think Rodon had more Ks than Freed, if I remember correctly. But Freed's ERA was like a tick lower, but it wasn't like
Yeah,
by that
you're
big of
right
a
on that.
it wasn't by that big of a difference.
Yeah, the ERAs. The difference was like about 20 points.
Yeah, exactly. You could pick like you could have took either one of them last year and
Yeah.
felt good about it. So if Carlos can be, and now based off how this rotation is, Carlos Rizon only has to be a 3 or a 4 compared to when they first signed him when he was a 2. Now that you have Cam as has established himself as a top tier pitcher, and Max Fried is obviously the ace right now. Although I guess you could argue Cam is the ace too, but if you want to just go based off pedigree, years, and like experience, you
Yeah.
say Fried is the ace. I guess it depends how you want to look at it. Technically, Fried is the ace because he takes the ball first in rotation, but like it's very arbitrary of like how you can look at that.
Hmm. Yeah. I think some of these young guys really came in and saved this team. Cam Schlittler came in and is, as you said, he could be the ace of this team, and it's he.
Probably,
I
yeah,
don't. He's
could
not. He
be.
hasn't even made 32 starts yet, and we're saying this, and it's right. You're allowed to say this about him. The guy. He had a very promising season last year. And I feel like the play that Boston start really did change him last year, where he didn't walk anybody. He struck out 12 people, and his all of his stuff was hitting the highest velocities that he's ever hit.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, Cam is like, I need to see a lot to believe it. I don't want to put the ace label on him. That's actually the first time I did it, I think, during all this time. But I've now put the title on Schlittler, so I have to believe it at this point. Like, the proof is in the pudding. Like, what more does he have to do? I know
Yeah.
it's not even like it's the sample size is growing larger now. He just continues to shut people out, even without his best stuff sometimes. Like, that's what makes him more impressive. And he leads in strikeouts with 53, 47 in the third innings. A 1.52 ERA is a 1.9 B WAR. This is a guy that's going to be in the Cy Young conversation if he keeps this up, and he might even earn himself an All Star appearance at this rate. And honestly, he should be favored to make the stab if you were picking the team right now. I know it's May, but you could even consider
He
starting him in the game if you want to get crazy with it. We've seen some young
I
guys star lately.
I mean, I don't know if you know this right now, but he's the betting odds favorite to win the Cy Young right now.
No, I actually didn't. Wow, wow.
Yeah, he's the
He
betting
jumped.
odds
He
favorite.
jumped Soriano after Soriano got roughed up by the White Sox a little bit.
Yeah, and now that Tariq Skubal got injured,
He's off it. Yeah,
he's not listed anymore. So he's the betting odds favorite to win the Cy Young. It's him and Max Fried 1 and 2, which is
I
pretty
knew
cool.
Freed was two. Is Soriano three?
I think so.
He has to be still. I would think he still hasn't ERA in the ones, even though the White Sox got to him
And
a little
then
bit.
you know, Yankees could be in for a pretty fun summer if Cam Schlittler and Max Fried are gonna battle it out for a Cy Young, and Ben Rice and Aaron Judge want to battle it out for an MVP. That would be pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, someone was like, Rice and Judge are gonna chase 60 together. I was like, all right, let's slow down a little bit. I'm not there yet, but Rice has been going crazy. Could he get? I could see Rice getting 40 easy though, like
Yeah,
at least
yeah,
40. I'm not gonna say
yeah,
50 plus, but
yeah.
even
You
if he
can't say
misses a few
50 yet.
times, not 50 yet. Judge definitely has a 50 ball in him, maybe
Oh
more.
yeah.
I wonder.
I think we can confidently say 50 right now for Judge, but we can't
Yeah,
confidently say 50 right now for Rice,
I wonder
just
what
because we haven't
Judge's
seen it.
pace is. Like everyone, sometimes people
I
do
think
the
he's at
pace.
like he was at 67 the other day.
All right, so we'll say he's over 60.
I
Good
could
enough.
calculate it right now. I could calculate it right
All
now.
right, let's go for the pace. While Jared does that, I'll read over his question. My concern with the lineup is this from Jordan Blackwell again on X. My concern with the lineup is that since most of the league is bad due to a lot of rebuilding teams being hurt, that maybe they might just be beating them on weaker teams, which is what good and great teams do. But do they have enough against Atlanta or LA when they meet them? It might not be a valid. It might not be valid with my take, but it's something I think about. I mean, it's possible. I kind of mentioned this before. Like, I'm trying not to get too overly enthused with these wins because I feel like it's kind of business right now. But like at the same time, you can't control the schedule and how weak the American League is. But to Jared's point, I do get the 2024 feel with this Yankees team that they might just be that team that just takes advantage of the poor American League again. and makes it to the World Series. Right now, if you had to tell me, I would definitely say the Yankees are going to the World Series. It's so early in the
Yeah.
process, so but like if I had to bet right now, I'd say they're going to go to the World
Okay.
Series.
So I'm gonna read you some stat lines off some notable pitchers that the Yankees have done. So opening day we tailed seven off of Logan Webb in 5 innings against him.
Yep, sure did.
Five off of Logan Gilbert in five and a
Yep,
third.
hmm
Four off of George Kirby
yep,
in 6 innings. Four off of Yuri Perez in 4 innings.
hmm
Seven off of Cole Reagans in 4 and a third innings. Four off of Robert Ranger Suarez in 4 and 2/3 innings. Five off of Kyle Bradish in 4 innings. And then six off of Jacob DeGrom in 6 and a third innings.
So they're beating good names. To your point, like although I don't know what's going on with Bradish, he looks like a different pitcher this year, not in a good way. I don't know. So
Yeah,
I don't know what's up
yeah,
with him if
yeah.
he's hurt or something, or like I'm not. He looked awful the other day. But that's beside the point. He's still a good pitcher
This is
when he's
from
right.
this is from Yankees Stats on X, by the way. This is a great follow, great account. Yankees
Oh, okay.
Stats.
Yeah, I think I probably have them, but
Yeah, you do.
I do. I've spoke to him before, but I
Hmm.
do agree to Jordan's point that like it's tough to say like how good this Yankees team is because they haven't been playing anyone that's really that good. So you could that's valid maybe. So to that point, I would just say you have to see who they're when they show up against the good teams. Like they're going to get the chance to play more National League teams. They're going to have to handle Tampa Bay when they play them again. They're going to have to take care of Toronto whenever they meet, and then that'll help me determine some more of this stuff that you're asking. Another team I don't want to dismiss is the Chicago Cubs, who have won like what 9 or 10 in a row, and they had three straight walk-offs against the
Nine in a,
Reds.
yeah, 9 in a row.
Even Michael Conforto's been resurrected off the scrap heap again.
Yeah,
He looks like a player for the Cubs now.
yeah,
So, and he actually got a big hit against the Mets, I think, too, when they were playing, which is sadly
he did.
ironic for Mets
Yeah,
fans. Another twist in the knife for
off
them.
of
But
off of Devin Williams. Yeah,
yeah, yes, he did. That's right. So I don't know, bro. Like we'll have to see. This series against Milwaukee is a decent litmus test. Who else is pitching besides Kyle Harris? That was going to be my segue to end it. Like I saw Hoker Kirshner put up like the probables, and Red Sox are still tied 3-3. Wow, A's are
it's
up
gonna
10-1.
be
I know
Schlittler versus Kyle Harrison on Saturday,
that's
and
a
then
good matchup.
it's gonna be Rodon versus Logan Henderson on Sunday.
That could go either way because we don't know what Rodon we're going to get in his first MLB start of the season. I don't know
Yeah,
much about Logan Henderson to keep it a stack, but the
but
Brewers pitching lab is elite.
yeah, and he's gonna have a pretty nice matchup with this Brewers team being pretty lefty. Brace Terang, Jake Bowers. We know him. We know Jake Bowers.
Yes.
Garrett Mitchell. Christian Yelich, he's injured though. So yeah,
Yeah.
they're a pretty left-handed team. So I think I hope he does good. Obviously, we kind of have to worry about him coming off of injury because he was coming off of injury in his first year and he completely shit the bed. But um, hopefully, he bounces back in a really good way and becomes the top starting pitcher that he was last year.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. But the good thing is that he doesn't have to be a top tier pitcher anymore. He just has to be a mid rotation arm with the way this Yankees team is set up.
Hmm.
So I definitely think he can do that. Now, if he gets lit up on Sunday, am I going to be one of these idiots that freaks out and says he's
Yeah,
cooked? No, I'm not. But you're going to get a lot
yeah,
of that. And you have to give him at least three starts before you judge anything, maybe even four because he's coming off an injury. I always like to give three starts, though, in most situations before I make any judgment on a starting pitcher. So here's the NL Central. Yankees are going to face the Brewers at 19 and 16. Cubs 26 and 12, like we said. Now they are tied with the Yankees for the best record in the league, I think. And I think Atlanta is too, actually. So I don't know. The Cubs have a lot of injuries though, but right now it's working well for them. They're going to need help with pitching at some point because Boyd is down for a while. They lost Horton. Justin Steele's having setbacks. I know Cabrera's been solid, but they're going to need more than just him. Imanaga's actually been great. Another good start from him today. So that's been good for them. But
Yeah,
the Brewers are kind of underachieving based on the regular season standard right now. The Yankees need to take 2 out of 3 to keep things
yeah.
moving and show they could be competitive baseball teams
I
because the
mean,
Brewers are probably better than the last 2 teams they've seen, I would say.
yeah. I mean, they have 1A and 1B pitching, so I would hope they take the first two games with Schlittler and Fried on the mound.
Yeah, because Sunday you don't know how that's going to go,
Yeah,
like we said. So you would want them to do that. But tomorrow's going to be tough with Miz. Saturday, you would think the Yankees have an advantage. Although Kyle Harrison's been pretty solid. So I wouldn't fully discount him. Uh, Another failed Red Sox trade, the fiasco going on in Boston. But yeah, so we're gonna end it. I think we'll be back like maybe Sunday to recap the series at night or something. Tomorrow we'll probably
yeah.
just like do some in-game clips maybe. But all right, we can hit our tags.
All
So
right.
JG, let me get out of this standings look here. So that's us on IG and TikTok. It's the JG Show Pod, all one word. We're building on there. So that's how you get us on those. That's our second channel thingy. Okay, so you subscribe to YouTube, you search my name, you'll find our channel. It's the JG Show. X is Julian Guardy1, Instagram is Julian Guardy11, and then you search my name on TikTok and Facebook if you want to find my content. I did just do a video on Spencer Jones' call up as I was walking my dog earlier today.
Yeah, and mine's just Jared Goldstein 0 on
Oh, I
or
gotta
90
fix your
90
thing.
is it? No, yeah, it's 0
No,
Jared
I got
Goldstein
you. Don't
0
worry, I got you.
on Instagram. So
Is there a
just
dot in it or no?
no. Jared Goldstein 0 and then Jared underscore Golds 23 on X.
All
I'm
right,
almost at 1,000 followers.
there
So
we go. Everyone follow Jared. All right, I fixed it. I think it's good now. Jared Goldstein 0, no underscores. That's your new Instagram. He may have froze. Oh, okay.
all right.
Okay, so